Hi guys, welcome back to Welsh Bee Sports. Get in there, get in, fight until the end. That's what we do, fight until the very end. It's great to see, after last week's shocking defeat to Stockport, after last week's thrashing, it's nice to see some fight back. It's what we're famous for. Yes, welcome back to Welsh Bee Sports, and I just want to give my reaction to Wrexham's 3-3 draw, a home to Crewe in League 2. Just my very quick thoughts. I'm going to do another video in the week, the Wrexham vlog. That will come Monday or Wednesday, the Wrexham vlog, where I'll talk in more detail. I just want to give my quick thoughts. Yes, Wrexham have drawn 3-3 against Crewe at the Racecourse. 2 goals for Paul Mullin and a last-minute equaliser, in the dying seconds for Stephen Fletcher coming on as a sub. It was a wet and soggy day in Wrexham. Miserable, wasn't it? Soggy and miserable. But the game itself turned out to be a cracker. After a slow start, it turned out to be a cracker. Feisty, fiery, and I think Wrexham finished on top. We could have won that. A few more minutes and I think we might have got the winner. We were well on top. And they were under pressure, Crewe, and struggling. But a draw it is. 2 points dropped at home, but nice to see, as I said, some fight. What is it with referees? Though, what is it with referees? When they come to the racecourse, they just collapse. They have a mental breakdown. Something happens to them. They malfunction. Surely they're not this incompetent and this poor to begin with. There must be something about the racecourse that has an effect on these referees. Is it the pressure? Because they go strange. They do bizarre things. They behave outside of normal expectations. But this referee had a shocker. He must have come there fired up, ready to prove a point, because he got some shocking decisions wrong and he was too quick with the cards, especially for Wrexham players. He levelled it out a bit in the end, but certainly he was too quick to buck Wrexham players. The sending off, I feel, was very, very harsh. I've only seen it in real time in the stadium, so I haven't looked back at it. My initial thoughts, that was a bit harsh. It was just a collision. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll talk about it again. But he bucked Ollie Palmer very, very early on, which there was no need to. Why not just give him a warning and tell him to, pack it in? But bucking Ollie Palmer, so early on was uncalled for, and that's how he conducted himself. But he got a number of decisions wrong. And as I said, is he there to prove a point? He's come there with more cards than David Blaine. And God, that's a name from the past, isn't it? That's a name from the past. Is he still going? But he was fired up. He's come to the racecourse, the famous racecourse, the Hollywood Reds, and he wants to prove a point. So I don't know what happened there. He got a lot of stick. He was up against it, and the game did become quite fiery at one stage, and it turned out to be a corker of a game. Wrexham started very slow. They were under pressure for the first 10 minutes. I'm not sure what's happened there. Were they just trying to play it safe after last week? Just be safe. Don't do anything silly. Don't concede. Try and get off to a decent start and not concede and just banish the memory of Stockport, if that's possible. But Howard was dropped. I'm sure that was tactical. I'm not sure if Howard's been blamed for the goals, or it's just a reset. Just a reset in some way. Again, I assume it's tactical. I don't know yet. But Wrexham started slow. It was all it was all Crewe for the first 10 minutes. Didn't offer much though. Lots of pressure. No real threat. Wrexham were never in any real danger. They weren't really created enough, Crewe. There was no flair there. Didn't create many chances. You just felt, absorb this, get through it, and then it won't last. Come into the game. Slowly, Wrexham got into the game. And were able to put some good stuff together. When they move it quickly, it's a joy to watch. When they're given space, it's a joy to watch. They can move the ball around so well, linking up, Barnett, Lee getting forward, Mullin, 2 great goals. Palmer put in a shift as well. He put himself about. But again, he's still lacking, I think, the sharpness. He's still lacking, I know he's been injured with a knee injury, but he's still lacking the edge. And you're wondering, does he have that goal-scoring threat? Obviously, Mullin does. And that first goal of Mullin's, you knew what was going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. It's classic Paul Mullin. A great finish, great piece of skill, magic. But you couldn't do nothing about Crewe's goal. It was a brilliant corner, a brilliant ball in, fast, and you can't stop those. You can't stop those. But it was kind against the run of play, in my opinion. I didn't think they were offering much at that stage. Crewe weren't the best team I've seen at the Racecourse. They were solid, they were steady, but they'd have no flamboyancy about them, no creativity. I've seen better teams at the Racecourse with a bit more creativity and a bit more individual talent, certainly in that first half. But Wrexham got back in it through Mullin, as we said, great overhead kick. But the penalty, the sending off. Wrexham did so well to compete with, for the most of the game, or a large chunk of the game, with 10 men. But that sending off was harsh. The penalty was soft. But as soon as Mullin made it 2 each after half-time, right after half-time, Mullin equalises, you're thinking, game on. This is what it used to be like at the Racecourse, certainly last season. You just know they're going to turn it around, and to score the goal so quickly, you think they're going to step on it, and dominate. It didn't quite happen. They never dominated enough, Wrexham. They didn't move the ball fast enough. I mean, the conditions weren't the best, but they could have used the wet pitch to their advantage more. Used the wing backs more. But again, sometimes the play was a bit too slow and a bit too indecisive on the ball. But apart from a brief spell in the second half when Crewe scored their third, they didn't offer much. As I said, I didn't think their performance was too exciting. There was a brief spell with a number of half chances. Our keeper made a great save at one point. There was a couple of scrambles. But again, that goal, the third goal for Crewe, was it Boyle who made the mistake? I think it was Boyle. Him and McLean got into a bit of disagreement about it, but a mistake again has cost us, a cheap goal. But Parky made the right substitutions. Were they early enough? Maybe not, but he brought on the right players. Was it Mendy, Fletcher, and they made an impact. I thought Mendy did well when he came on, and obviously Fletcher, he had a shot that just went wide, didn't he? Just before he scored. And what a finish right at the death. What a header at the back post. But, I thought George Evans could have done a bit better. I was excited to see him start. I didn't think he was in the game much. As we've talked about, Mullin maybe lacking a bit of fitness. But he's always going to put a shift in. He's always so dangerous with his footballing brain and his creativity. I said Mendy, when he came on, was very dangerous. He got stuck in. He got forward. Boyle had a bit of an off game. He was a bit hit and miss. The goalkeeper did well. He's a bit of a character, this goalkeeper, and I thought he did well. Number of good saves. It's a shame to see Howard dropped if that's what's happened. But overall, a cracking game at the Racecourse. In the end, as I said, fiery at times, thrilling. Wrexham win a point. It is a point won. It is a point won. Let's face it. They've dug deep. They've won a point against the odds. They've got a last-minute equaliser in a hard-fought, difficult game, in the rain, in the wet and down to 10 men. But what a game. And Wrexham grab a point. Wrexham 3, Crewe 3. I'll see you soon. I'll see you in the week. Check back for the next videos.